everyone. Good evening, sir. We are the last presenter and we will be talking about the Republic Act number 10592. Kindly open your book, page 107. So, Republic Act 10592, this is an act amending Articles 29, 94, 97, 98, and 99 of Act number 3815 as amended, otherwise known as the Revised Penal Code. So Section 1 or Article 29 of Act number 3185 as amended, otherwise known as the Revised Penal Code. So Article 29 or ang gitawag nga period of preventive imprisonment deducted from the term imprisonment. So offenders accused of preventive imprisonment shall be credited service of their sentence consisting of deprivation of liberty with a form in which they have undergone preventive imprisonment if the detention prisoner agrees voluntarily, acting after being informed of the effects thereof and with the assistance of counsel to abide by the same disciplinary rules imposed upon convicted prisoners. So, diri as paragraph 1, okay, nga paragraph, those ang mga prisoners or accused daw, kapag mga na-police or detained pa lang, detainee, while their case is pending, ang time na ilahang na-serve during the detention is, for example, 1 year na ilahang pagkakulong. Then, habang nagulat sila sa ilahang final sentence, ilan na sila deserve nga, na sila na-serve nga pila ka tuig, kumbaga. For example, 10 years ang sentence nga gi-declare sa court or final sentence na niya. So, in this sense, 10 years din na-serve na niya itong 9 years na lang ang sentence since na siya 1 year na detention. But at the same point, pwede dili full-time na magbawas and pwede lang siya forfeit lang. And if gusto sa prisoner or accused na full-time madidak ang condition sa iyang sentence sa iyang detention, dapat mo-undergo daw siya sa mga disciplinary rules and disciplinary rules na nag-govern sa prisons or jails or itong mga rules na nag-govern sa convicted persons. So if ang accused is mo-agree siya, magsulat siya, mo-agree siya through writing ang iyang pag-agree. Kapag magbubuhat ni niya, madidak full-time ang na-render na time sa detention. So, however, if ang accused daw dili mo-agree, di siya mo-follow sa mga rules and regulations, forfeit lang na time ang ma-render niya ang sa detentions ang mabawas, forfeit lang ang mabawas sa iyang final sentence nga gi-declare sa court. So, again, if mo-agree siya through writing with the assistance of the counsel or lawyer. So, natay gitawag diri nga persons not qualified under the law kung when they are recidivist or have been convicted previously twice or more of any crime. So, recidivist, kumentag recidivist, man itong prisoner nga at the time sa ilang trial for one crime, ano po sila na-found out sa mga sa korte nga na siya another crime na po nga na siya previously convicted siya sa final judgment sa another crime. So, nga the same lang punish siya sa Revised Penal Code. So, when upending someone for the executions of their sentence and have failed to surrender, wala ng surrender, so that is why di sila magpadayon ang ilang pagkakulong. So, ang reason for detentions is or for the reason of poverty, wala sila pambayad sa bail, case nila ang makulong sila. So, for example, ilang case is murder, kanang ang mga kaso dagko na dili na available, kidnapping, murdering, And note na ang detentions or reducting time penalty is only for those charged with deprivations of liberty lang. No? For example, fine or kuan sa scenario, if ang offender gihatulan sa court is either kuan imprisonment or fine, no, while during detentions, ang decision sa korte is only a fine lang. So, ang preventive imprisonment ana is dili madidak, no, dili madidak sa fine na girender sa iyaha. It is because ang fine daw is dili siya it is because the reduction of detentions or days, months is applicable lang siya only for those cases with the penalty of deprivations of liberty. So, ang fine is not a deprivation of liberty. So, credited for preventive imprisonment for penalty of reclusion perpetua shall be deducted from 30 years. So, again, ang deductions lang, ang applicable lang only for the penalties which consist of deprivation of liberty. Pero kung fine, dili siya pwede. And di apod sa Article 92 under Article 29 under ani in siya ang listero is since dili man siya deprivation of liberty pero under ani nga article it includes listero nga deprivation of liberty na siya applicable no when kung penalty is listero. So for kuan Article 94 section 2 pakis next slide job. Article 94 partial extensions of criminal liability. Muna siya ang process of reducing the ang yang sentensya. Criminal liability is extinguished partially by conditional pardon, by commutations of sentence or kanang pagbayad lang. And for good conduct allowances which the culprit or katong mga charged with crimes earn while he is undergoing preventive imprisonment or serving his sentence. So, mahibawaan na to karon sa allowance for good conduct o sa special time allowance for loyalty. So, Section 3, Article 97, the same act, allowance for good conduct of any offender qualified for credit for preventive imprisonment pursuant to Article 29 of this code, or any convicted prisoner is in any penal institutions, rehabilitation or detention center or any other local jail shall entitle him to the following deductions from the period of his sentence. So during the first 2 years of imprisonment sa prisoner, no, he shall be allowed a reductions of 20 days for each month of a good behavior. So allowed siya nga makuhaan og 20 days for each month kuhaan in accordance sa iyang pagpakita og maayong nga behavior sulod sa while na-detain siya. During the 3rd to 5th year pod, he shall be allowed a deductions of 23 days for each month. And during the following years or 6 years until the 10th years of imprisonment, he shall be allowed a reductions of 25 days each month of good behavior. During the 11th and successive years of his imprisonment, he shall be allowed a reduction of 30 days for each month of good behavior during that detentions. And at any time during the period of imprisonment, he shall be allowed another deductions of 15 days in addition to numbers 1 to 4 hereof for each month of study, teaching or mentoring service time rendered. So, So, let's proceed sa Section 4. Okay, next slide ko. Job. Section 4. No, madungog pa ko, Job.
Padungog.
Jober?
Hindi na naman.
Section 4, Article 98, no, special time allowance for loyalty. A reduction of 1/5 of the period of his sentence shall be granted to any prisoner who, having evaded his preventive imprisonment or the service of his sentence under the circumstances mentioned in Article 158 of this code, gives himself up to the authorities within 48 hours following the issuance of proclamations announcing the passing away of the calamity or catastrophe referred to in said article. So kini as special time allowances, this will be given sa mga prisoner, no, during in times of when there's a calamity occur, no, tagaan sila og chance, tagaan sila og chance nga ligtason ilang kaugalingon, no, hawaon or mutaka sila sa prisuhan sulod sa different institutions, but na sila conditions within 48 hours lang tagaan sila og nga iligtas ilang kaugalingon from the calamities. Then within 48 hours dapat makabalik na sila. Kung makabalik na sila, tagaan sila og deductions of 1/5, no, tungod sa ilang pagka loyal tihon ana. Then if kung ang usa daw ka prisoner is dili siya tungod sa iyang kaloyaltihon, dili gid siya mahawa sa prisuhan, ay magpabil na gid siya bisan pag naay gibagyo na. So tagaan siya og 4/5 basta ko ang ma-render sa iyahang deductions 4/5 of the period of his sentence. So 2/5 rather, a reduction of 2/5, no, of the period of his sentence. So this article shall apply to any prisoner whether undergoing preventive imprisonment or serving a sentence. So Section 5, Article 99, who grants time allowances. So whenever lawfully justified, ang mag-grant is ang mga the director of the Bureau of Corrections, the chefs of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and or the warden of a provincial, district, municipal, or jail ang mag-grant of allowances for good conduct. No, such allowances once granted shall not be revoked. So once na mag-grant ng kini ang mga allowances, dili na siya ma-revoke. So sa Section 6, Penal Clause, full compliance with the provisions of this act is hereby mandated. As such, the penalty of 1 year imprisonment, a fine of 100,000 pesos, and perpetual disqualification to hold office shall be imposed against any public officer or employee who violates the provision of this act. So, this talks about sa mga public officers or employee nga kung mag-violate aning nga mga nga act is siyempre tagaan sila og penalty of 1 year imprisonment, no. Aya napagid sila fine 100,000 pesos na ilahang fine. So let's proceed to the next slide. Section 7 will be discussed by my group. Sige na. Kinsa man.
Section 7. Implementing rules and regulations. The Secretary of the DOH and the DILG shall, within 60 days from the approval of this act, and Section 7 of DOH and the DILG ang mo approve sa act and shall be approved within 60 days. And Section 8, separability clause, if any part whereof is held invalid or unconstitutional, the remainder of the provisions not otherwise affected shall remain valid and subsisting. Section 8, na ang mga invalid or unconstitutional sa act ang uban nga na dili invalid or constitutional nagpa pilin na validado or existing ang Section 9. Repealing clause and low presidential degree or issuance executive order, letter of instruction, administrative order, rules or regulation contrary to or inconsistent with the provision of this act is hereby is repealed, modified accordingly. To Section 9, law pod EO or other rule of regulation and contrary hadlang or inconsistent provision of this act pwede siya repealed, dungagan, modified or otrohan. Section 10. Effectivity clause. This act shall take effect 15 days from its publication in the official gazette or in list to new papers of general circulations. Section 10. Section 10. Publish ang kani nag-act sa official journal of the Philippines 15 days gikan sa pag-publish mag-take effect ni nga act. Phil Journal of Official Gazette mauna siya. Delivery of detained personnel to the proper judicial authorization. Article 125 RPC, a felony committed by a public officer or employee who shall detain my person for some legal grounds and shall fail to deliver such person to the proper judicial authorities within the period of example of the 12 hours. Example, ang na-meet niya nga crime is punishable by light of penalties 12 hours nga dili ni 12 hours ikaw na law enforcement. Example, ang kaso offender or repetition na nakasala dapat di ba i-detain sa nato Paul na naka-commit siya og crime na mag-penalties og 200 pesos within 12 hours dapat siya napasakahan na kaso or within 12 hours napagawa na nimo siya sa tuwan. Kung di nimo siya mapagawas pwede ka kuhan atong gipa prison nimo og arbitrary detention. ang elements ani that's the offender is officer or public officers or employee that the detention that's sub legal grounds. Gidetain nimo ang usa ka person na ginsakto nga dapat gidakop nimo sa sakto nga legal grounds. Pwede nimo siya dakpon. Example, within 36 hours kana nga penalties dapat ang na ang nakomit ana nga penalties is murder or habang buhay na pagkakulong or death penalties. For example, Friday siya na nakapatay within 36 hours wa may kaso anang Saturday to Friday. For example, kana nga kaso dapat mapakasuhan na nimo ang taong within 36 hours. Pwede na nimo siya i-release. Dapat ikaw nga law enforcement dapat mautak ka nga kini genius crime man eh, kay murder man. Dapat pwede pod ka mag waiver na mag-conduct ka og criminal investigation sa isa ka offender. And legal grounds you detain the person. It has legal grounds. Gidakop nimo siya pero naay legal grounds nga gidakop nimo siya however detention because arbitrary with period of except mapakasuhan lang ang law enforcement kung ang kaso niya within 12 hours nga pwede na nimo buhian or within 12 hours nga na-commit niya nga crime. Example, napatay, pwede nimo siya kasuhan og siya i-detain within 36 hours. 36 ramang good. Dapat napakasuhan na nimo dito sa fiscal. Dapat napasaka na nimo dito kay dapat sa 36 hour napakasuhan na nimo ang napakasuhan na nimo within 36 hour. Example, kung wala pa nimo pakasuhi, pagwason mang jud nimo kay wala pa nimo pagawas, pwede ka anak kasuhan niya og arbitrary detention. Next palihog pre. Kulit ini. Delaying release. Delivery of personnel from jail Art 156 or peace elements. Delay release. Example, nag-offer ka sa offender, ikaw kibali nga jail officer or law enforcement, gitabangan nimo ang usa ka offender. Kanang gitaguan nimo ba ang usa ka prisoner na makatakas. Muna sa delaying release, munang elements niya. An evasion of service of sentence, Article 15 157 evasion. Evasion na final judgment niya kanang gidokdokan na siya nang gitanggalan na siya pangkarapatan pang tao kung bawal na siya na pod bawal na pod siya sa pula na magbotar basta pang government kanang giwala na siya pang karapatang pang tao. An evasions mo nang ikaw mismo ang natakas, wala nakagtagaig idea lahi man ni sa delaying release kay gitagaan man ka diri og idea diri sa evasion. Ikaw mismo ang evasion, ikaw mismo natakas kang biskan unsa ra nga pamaagi na pagkatakas. Maora to, thank you.
There is serving things at fine fine in a penal institution. Letter A. Kung di po ay dapat may hatol o sentensya galing sa court at ang hatol na ito ay dapat final na, hindi na nag-lapse o nag-appeal o ng period o Supreme Court na mismo ang nagbigay ng hatol sa kanya, dapat hindi ito nakakulong. Evades the sentence by leaving the institution. Kung ni takas siya tulad sa penal institution. Thursday. Escapes on the occasion or of disorders due to conflagration, earthquakes, explosion, or similar catastrophe or mutiny in which has participated. Example is si Pinder. Kapag sampalan is nanay ko ay nagtago sa prison or penal establishment at ang kuan saka prisoner nga tulad sa nay nakuha na calamity 30 fails to give himself to authorities within 48 hours following the issuance of a proclamation by the executive regarding the passing away of the calamity. Sa example is, depende po ay hindi sumuko or bumalik sa penal institution pagkatapos ng 48 hours mula ng kaguluhan na natural lang na or calamities o yung isa katao pero dapat balik some 5 years o 5 years yang serve sa penal establishment or institute niya sa ang pinalang 1 year. Pero kay 6 months naman ang maximo, may mo na ang 5 years. 5 years and 6 months. Pero kung dili siya muhawa, dili siya ang years of years or 3. Other cases, other cases. Next up. The conditional here, the pair of the some next. Delay of custody of prisoners through connivance. Delay is pagpapasil or example by prison correctional in its minimum period and temporary special disqualification in case the fugitive shall not have been finally convicted but only held as a detention prisoner for any crime or violation of law or municipal finance. Sa Article 223. Infidelity in the custody of prisoners, negligence. The example sa the evasion or pag-iwas. The prisoner shall have taken place through the negligence of the officers charged with the conveyance or custody of the escaping prisoner. Said officer shall suffer the penalties of arresto in the arresto mayor in its maximum period to prison correctional in its minimum period and temporary special disqualification. Escape of a prisoner under the custody of a person, not a public officer. Any private person to whom the conveyance or custody or a prisoner or a person under arrest shall have been confined who shall commit any of the offenses mentioned in the two preceding articles shall suffer the penalty next lower in degree that the prescribed for the public officer. Other offenses of irregularities by public officers. Maltreatment of prisoners. Maltreatment prisoners sa sobra na pag dala sa ato. Offender is a public or employee covered of himself correctional or handling of such prisoners. Ban ka ng
Next na. So, Republic Act number 9263. An act providing for the professionalization of the Bureau of Fire Protection, which is ang BFP, and the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, ang BJMP, amending certain provisions of Republic Act number 6975, providing funds there and for other purposes. So, Section 1 title known as the BFP and BJMP Professionalization Act of 2004. Section 2, Declaration of Policy and Principles. It is declared policy of the state to maintain peace and order. So ginadeklara sa policy kani sa section 2 nga i-maintain ang peace of order, protect life o ang freedom, liberty, which is ang liberty and property sa citizen, and promote the general welfare essential for the enjoyment by all the people of the blessings of democracy, which is makita na siya sa Article 2, Section 5 of the Philippine Constitution. So, Section 3, Organization and Key Positions of the BFP and the BGMP. Kanina, report na ni siya sa Chapter 5 nga reporter, which is ang BGMP, kung unsa to lang organization of key position. So, the BFP and the BGMP shall be respectively, pag ingon na to respectively, so, isa-isa jud kibali ang BFP, mag-head o chief, who shall be assisted by 2 deputy chiefs, 1 for administration and 1 for operation. So isa-isa BFP o ang BGMP. So Section 4, professionalization and upgrading of qualification standards in the appointment of uniformed personnel to the BFP and the BGMP. No person shall be appointed as uniformed personnel of the BFP and the BGMP unless she possesses the following minimum qualifications. So, 9 ni siya kabuok, tulo rin nabutang diri. So, ang first, a citizen of Pilipino ka. Kaduha, a person of good moral character. So, dapat wala kay mga sangit-sangit, wala ka na kulong, ana dapat good moral character. Ang ikatulo, must have passed the psychiatric o psychological, drug and physical test for the purpose of determining his or her physical and mental health. Ang ikaupat, kay must possess a baccalaureate degree from recognized institution of learning. So, dapat nakay-degree. O kalima, must possess the appropriate civil service eligibility. Kauno, must not have been dishonorably discharged of dismissal for cause from previous employment. Dapat wala ka ni discharge sa imuhang last nga na trabahoan nga agency. Motong ikaunom. Kapito, must not have been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude. 8, must be at least 1 meter and 62 centimeters in height sa lalaki for male and 1 meter and 57 centimeters para sa babae, provided that a waiver for height and age requirements shall be automatically granted to applicants belonging to the cultural communities. And ang last 9, must weight not more than or less than 5 kilograms. So dili mo lapas o dili manubra or dili makulang from the standard weight corresponding to his or her height, age, and sex. So ang bagong aplikante, that the new applicants must be less than 21 nor more than 30 years. So dili mubo sa 21 years o dili mo lapas sa 30 years. So sa Section 5, appointment of uniformed personnel to the BFP and the BGMP. The appointment of the BFP and the BGMP shall be effected in the following manner. So, 1 fire or jail officer, 1 to senior fire jail officer, 4 appointed by the respective regional director for fire protection and regional director for jail management and penology for the regional office uniformed personnel. Kadua fire jail inspector to fire jail superintendent appointed by the respective chief of the fire bureau and chief of the jail bureau. Gina-appoint sila sa respective nila nga chief sa fire o sa jail. Katulo kay fire jail senior superintendent appointed by the secretary of the DILG upon recommendation of the respective chief of the fire bureau and chief of the jail bureau with the proper attestation of the CEC. So ang CEC is Civil Service. Ang CEC kay Civil Service Commission. Ang ikaapat is fire jail chief superintendent to fire jail director appointed by the President upon recommendation of the Secretary of the DILG with the proper endorsement by the Chairman of the CEC. So, mo ni sila ang kaning nag-appoint aning upat nga mga unsa ranggo sa Section 5. So, mara to ko 6 next.
Hindi sa ako paper reporter presenter section akong itakal lang section 6 o section 7. So mo to sa previous presenter no sa section 5. Ang personnel officer personnel dito ay appointed, whereas there is a section 6 o section 7 ang qualification. So ang section 6 lateral entry of officer into the BFE and the BGMP and general original appointments of officer in the Fire Bureau and Jail Bureau shall commence the rank of Fire Jail Inspector wherein applicants for lateral entry into BFE shall include engineers, chemists, architects, criminologists, certified public accountants, nurses, physical therapists, and dentists for BGMP, social workers, psychologists, teachers, nurses, dentists, and engineers graduate of the PNP shall automatically appointed to the initial rank of fire jail. So, manang mga although siya, lateral entry open for application, nagya po siya technical high qualification. So, manang mga degree holder or mga undergrad na makasulot para mahimong officer sa BGMP o BFE. So sa section 7, professionalization and upgrading of qualification standards in the designation of uniform personnel of the BFE and the BGMP to key position. So diri na sa designation nga qualification ay usa ma-designate ang uniform personnel na patay upgrading qualification nga standard. So no dire ingon siya no person shall be designated to the following key positions of the BFE and the BGMP unless she has met the qualification provided therein. Next go. First, municipal fire marshal should have the rank of senior inspector who must have finished at least second year Bachelor of Laws or earn at least 12 units in a master degree program. So, next, city fire marshal should have the rank of chief of senior inspector who must have finished at least second year Bachelor of Laws or earned at least 24 units in a master degrees program. So, diri no, ang kalayan lang nila kay although na sila second year law nga experience sa pag-eskwela, po different lang kay silang ang municipal ug city is times 2 lang. Ang master degree day no kanang after nimo mag kuan eskwela 4 years sa college manang undergraduate ka, then master degree o nang usa ka makakuha og master degree, dapat graduate ka sa undergrad. Next, District Fire Marshal, Provincial Fire Marshal, Assistant Regional Director for Administration, Assistant Regional Director for Operations, and Regional Chief of Direction Staff should have the rank of Superintendent who must be a graduate of Bachelor of Laws or a holder of a degree. So, next, District Fire Marshal for the National Capital Region, Regional Director for Fire Protection, and Director for the Directorate of the National Headquarters Office should have at least the rank of Senior Superintendent who must have graduate of Bachelor of Laws or a holder of Master Degree. So sa district, sa fire o sa BFP o BGMP kay dili na siya partial nga lola nga nag-eskwela. Graduate na jud sila law school o master degree holder na jud sila. Next slide. So, sunod kay Deputy Chief for Administration of the Fire Bureau, Deputy Chief for Operation of the Fire Bureau, and Chief Directorial Staff of the Fire Bureau should have the rank of Superintendent who must be a member of Philippine Bar or a holder of Master Degree. Chief of the Fire Bureau should have the rank of Director who must be a member of the Philippine Bar or a holder of Master Degree. So, mo ang qualification na po ni sa Chief Superintendent. Mas makataas imong ranggo, mas mataas po ang qualification. So, mas lisod siya sudlan. Pero, dili lang mahimo kang uniform personal, dili lang sa appointment, yung dili sa lateral entry ra pod. Marat akong report.
Okay, section 8. Professionalization and Qualification Upgrading Program. The DILG shall be design and establish a professionalization and qualification upgrading program for uniform personnel of the BFP and the BGMP in coordination with the CEC or Civil Service Commission and said through an off-campus education program or other similar program within 90 days from the effectivity of this act. So, ang DILG nakig-coordinate siya sa Civil Service Commission o sa CID in order sa during promotion sa BFP officer o sa BGMP officer is kinahanglan sila mo exam either civil service or sa baccalaureate degree. Like for example sa Republic Act 970 kinahanglan nga ang pulis nga naay baccalaureate degree o katong mga pulis na during sa PC or Philippine Constabulary kadtong gi-appoint sila sa mga mayor na gipakuha lang sila og 72 units na kinahanglan sila mo eskwela og 5 years para makontinue ilang pagserbisyo sa pagkapulis. So Section 9, attrition system for the uniform personnel of the BGMP of PFP. There shall be established system of attrition for uniform personnel of the BFP and BGMP within 1 year from the effectivity of this act to be submitted by SID Bureaus to the DILG for approval. So, diri sa Section 8 na ay upat ka attrition ani kadtong attrition by demotion in position or rank. Next daw met ang katungkuan. ang sa met NX daw. Attrition by demotion and position or rank clear. Any uniform personnel of the BFP and the klaro. BGMP who is relieved and assigned to a position lower than that is established for his hair grade in respected staffing pattern of the Fire Bureau and the Jail Bureau, and who shall not be assigned to a position commensurate to his or her grade within 2 years after such demotion, and position shall be separated or retired from the service. So, within 2 years daw, pag dili ka ma-promote or dili siya mabutang sa iya posisyon sa so separate or ma-retire from the service yun siya. Ikaduha, by non-promotion, any uniform personnel of the BFP and the BGMP who has not been promoted for a continuous period of 10 years shall be separated or retired from the service except for those who are occupying a third level position. So, kung ang BFP officer o BP officer kung dili ma-promote sa 10 years, ingon si Republic Act 9263 under 9, either i-separate siya or tanggalin siya sa iyang serbisyo. Ikatulo, attrition by other means. Any uniform personnel of the BFP and the BGMP with at least 5 years accumulated active service shall be separated from the service. So, bisag 5 years na sa serbisyo, pwede gyapon ka matanggal kung nakay upat ka factors. Mo ning upat ka factors. Ang number 1, inefficiency based on poor performance during the last 2 years. Successive semestral rating periods. Ang ikaduha, inefficiency based on poor performance for 3 cumulative semestral rating periods. Tulo, physical and or mental incapacity to perform his or her duties and functions. Ang ikaupat kay failure to complete the required career course and or appropriate civil service eligibility for his or her position except for justifiable reason. Separation or retirement from the Fire Bureau and the Jail Bureau under the section. Any personnel who is dismissed from the BFP and the BGMP shall be separated if he or she has rendered less than 20 years of service, and be retired if he or she has rendered at least 20 years of service unless the concerned personnel is disqualified by law to receive such benefits. So, kung isang 20 years na ka, kung nakakaani na kuan, mga disqualified gyapon ka, pero kung good service ka, pwede, within 20 years, pwede na ka mag-retire. Pero kung kuan ka kanina na mga dili mauna binuhatan, pero bisag 20 years na ka, pwede ka ma-separate sa service. So, Section 10. Karapre. Na. Promotion system for the uniformed personnel of the BFP and BGNP within 6 months after the effectively act. The DILG shall establish a system of promotion of the uniformed personnel of the BFP and the BGMP taught the following principles. So, ang Section 10 nagpahinungod sa promotion system sa usa ka uniformed personnel or adunay sinumpaan nga personnel sa BFP and BGMP kini gibayad sa duha ka klase nga promotion. Additional promotion system. The system of promotion shall be based on merits and on the availability of vacant ranks in the BFP and the BGMP staffing parent. To cut for promotion, any personnel of the BFP as to foster the improvement of the individual efficiency and behavioral discipline, as well as the promotion of organization and commission to serve. Evaluation system nga mo na siya magbuhat og performance evaluation system nga gimanage sa ustong tagarang regulation ug standard ug code of conduct nga angay sundon sa uniforming individual sa BFP o BGMP nga gihatag og gipahibalugikan sa opisina sa Fire Bureau o Jail Bureau, pinagi sa DILG, pinagi ani makahawag nga mapalambo nila ang performance sa trabaho, disiplina sa
Pagisuksok.
kaugalingon o kagustuhan sa serbisyo. Next batch. Section 12. Standardization of the base pay, retirement and the other benefits of uniformed personnel of the BFP and BGMP. They shall receive the minimum starting salary equivalent to the salary grade level of the corresponding rank classification of the counterparts in the PNP and in the AFP. The rate of base of pay of uniformed personnel of the BFP and BGMP should be adjusted accordance with the following salary grade. So mao ni lang kaning grade of rank. So number 1, Fire Jail Director, grade 28. Number 2, Fire Jail Chief Superintendent, 27. Number 3, Fire Jail Senior Superintendent, grade 26. Fire Jail Superintendent, grade 25. Number 5, Fire Jail Chief Inspector, 24. Number 6, Fire Jail Senior Inspector 23. Number 7, Fire Jail Inspector 27. All benefits currently served by the uniformed personnel of the BFP and BGMP under existing law shall continue to be received by them. Next reporter badge.
This act shall be undertaken in staggered phases but not exceed 3 years. So, pwede siya ma-staggered phase pero dili siya mo exceed og 3 years. Taking into consideration the financial position of the national government. So, ginakonsidera ang financial sa atong gobyerno. So, Section 14, Implementation Rules and Regulations. The DILG in coordination with the BFP and the BGMP, the CAC, DBM, and the DOF shall within 90 days from the effectivity of this act promulgate the rules and regulation necessary to implement the provision of this act. So, within 90 days, ang kaning effectivity ay kaning act dapat ma-effect na dyan siya. Mo nang sa Section 14. So, Section 15, Annual Report. The BFP and the BGMP through the DILG and the DBM shall jointly submit to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives an annual report on the implementation of this act. So ang BFP o ang BGMP pinaagi sa DILG, magpasa sila o kung magdeklara sila unconstitutional kay pag magdeklara sila ani nga unconstitutional, the same shall not affect the validity. Ang BFP o ang BGMP pinagi dahil sa DILG o sa DBM ilang isa pag-submit nila sa President, Senate, sa Speaker of the House of Representatives dapat sa bayra sa Section 15 ito annual report. So Section 16, separability clause. If any portion or provision of this act is declared unconstitutional, the same shall not affect the validity and effectivity of the other provision not affected thereby. So kani nga portion or provision nga act pag gideklara siya nga unconstitutional, ang validity dili siya maapektuhan, not affected ang validity o ang effectivity. Deklara ang portion na kung naay portion nga madeklara ani nga act. So moto siya sa Section 16. Section 17, repealing clause. All laws, decrees, orders, rules, and regulations, and other issuance or parts thereof which are inconsistent with the provision of this act are hereby deemed repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. So, tanan laws, mga order, mga decrees, regulation daw, kay kung inconsistent sa kaning act, gina-repealed or gina-modified nila para unsa jud ang act may implement. So, mo to siya sa Section 17. Section 18, effectivity. This act shall take effect 15 days after its complete publication. So, 15 days pa lang nga pag himo ani nga act, ma-effect na din siya pinagi sa publication in the official gazette or in at least 2 newspaper of general circulation. Duha ka newspaper nga pag-distribute whichever comes earlier kung kinsa tong una nga ilang madawatan. So mo to siya sa Section 18 effectivity, which is ang last nga topic na mo. So mao na to ang chapter 10 na among gi-report. So ito ra.